In crucial conversations, we place our faith in the connection of two really big ideas. That first, well, the idea is that if everyone is filling this imaginary pool of meaning, that maybe we'll actually do something about it, right? That doesn't sound quite right. If people are filling the pool, maybe we'll do something about it. No, we need to do something about it. So the theme of my message is how we can move to action as we've been filling this pool of meaning. So if you'll join with me, I'm going to share with you something that I like to call the parable of the squirrel. Now, if I call it the story of the squirrel, that wouldn't sound as cool, right? I said it's a parable, so that makes it a lot cooler. All right, so what I need you to do is I need you to imagine that you're in a summery day in the park, and maybe you're seated on a bench, enjoying the day, enjoying the view. And off to your left, there's a nice big tree. And you see a group of people start congregating towards this tree. And you don't have anything else better to do, and it's a nice summery day. So you decide, hey, why don't I see what's going on here? You walk over to this scene happening in front of you. And by this tree, there are two worlds that are about to collide. All right, world number one. This beautiful squirrel running around the tree. I don't know, on the scale of beautiful squirrels, maybe it's an 8. From 1 to 10, right? I don't know what the squirrel variable would be, but okay. It's an 8 squirrel running around the tree, so beautiful and wonderful. But also the second world that's about to collide with this squirrel is there's a dog that's inching its way closer and closer and closer to the squirrel. So you're a part of this group of bystanders thinking, oh, isn't this dog cute? Until finally you realize that we have a horrible thing that's about to happen in front of us. This dog is within striking distance of the squirrel. And for the sake of the story, we'll say sadly, let's say the dog actually does leap at the squirrel. Gets the squirrel in its mouth, everybody runs to the dog, they pull the squirrel out of its mouth, and the squirrel dies. Now, the moral of that story, if you don't engage in crucial conversations, every squirrel in the world will die. No, I'm kidding, clearly, but there's an important takeaway, at least two nonetheless. Now, first off, as we think about crucial conversations, right, this idea is everyone fills this pool of meaning. We all share our best thoughts and ideas and outcomes that we want to see. Well, we're all seeing this pool of meaning fill in front of us as the dog gets closer to the squirrel. However, did we do anything about it? Sadly, the answer is no. Now, the individual that I heard this whole parable of the squirrel from had a very powerful takeaway message, I think, that fits in this idea of learning to move to action. He said that our failure to act often makes us complicit in the outcome. And that should be really scary to some of us. Our failure to act makes us complicit in the outcome. So think of some of the crucial conversations you engage in and the outcomes that you want to avoid. Right? Some of us have crucial conversations about individuals we hope will be more respectful to us. Others, our crucial conversations are around loving relationships that we find are eroding. Maybe it's just with a workplace relationship where we hope that someone will start showering a little bit more, smell a little bit better. I don't know what it may be. But do we want to be complicit with that outcome? No, we don't. So the thing to remember is when we're in a crucial conversation to add a very simple but important element to the conversation, at least to the end. We should remember that based on everything that we've discussed, when we have everything in this pool of meaning, we should remember that we should document who is going to do what, by when, and how are we going to follow up. We need to decide what are the action items we're going to take, when are we going to talk about it again, and then let's revisit it at a later date.